Hello, this is Kate, and this is your weekly Oracle card reading. And today I'm using the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. Okay, so the first card that we have is Nematona Sacred Space. And this card says, create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. Okay, so the beginning of the week is all about sacred space and either creating your own sacred space or finding it somewhere, like a particular spot in nature, maybe. What I'm getting from this card is the importance of making the space around us inviting and sacred. So transforming, either your living room or your office or wherever you spend most of your time, and making just sort of little adjustments to help with the energy. So it could be something as small as putting some fresh flowers on your desk while you're working, or opening the curtains and letting more light in, or placing some candles or crystals around the room. But doing kind of whatever you need to do to kind of give the space around you a really gentle and kind of welcoming feeling. A feeling that makes you want to kind of stay there a little bit longer and really kind of puts you at ease. Because I think the more we adjust the space around ourselves and the more inviting we make our homes or our offices, the more we can relax and the more we can kind of get in touch with that deeper part of ourselves. So the more we can be our true self, and the more we can operate from that place of authenticity and being very relaxed and authentic. Yeah. Okay, so moving on, we've got White Terra Sensitivity. And this card says, you are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So I think this actually relates really well to the card of sacred space, meaning that the more sensitive we get, the more sensitive we get to energies around us. So the more sensitive we are when we walk into a room, what the energy's like, and the more sensitive we are when we meet people for the first time, and the kind of energies and vibes we pick up on. But also this card is talking about kind of sensitivities to food or things in the environment. But I think just because of the card before, I think this is more to do with energetic sensitivities and being sensitive to situations and relationships more so than like chemicals and stuff. So I think the middle of the week is a good time to really kind of listen to your body and listen to the kind of intuitive things that you're picking up. So listening to your gut instinct, listening to your intuition, and being aware that you are sensitive to energy. So really trusting that instinct, but also being kind to yourself and allowing yourself time to retreat and time to kind of break away from the busyness and being around people, just so you have time to process all the things that you're picking up. So it can be pretty overwhelming, I think, for someone who's sensitive, and especially someone who's newly sensitive and just getting more and more attuned to energies and things like that. It can be really overwhelming at first. So it's a good idea to allow yourself, be really gentle with yourself, and just allow yourself that extra space and that extra time to just, take some time for yourself to really process it. So a lot of meditation, a nap, or even just 5 minutes in a room alone to just kind of absorb and process what you've been picking up. And sometimes it's good too to have a journal where you just kind of jot down anything that you've been getting. I really see this card as being more about intuition opening up. So being sensitive to guidance, whether it's guidance from your spirit guides or your higher self, but definitely that sensitivity to guidance. Okay, and the last card is Bast Independent. And this card says, your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. Okay, so this is really It's funny that this card's come up because it's very different from the card before, in a certain sense, and that the card before is very kind of gentle, and this card's very strong, very grounded. And I think it kind of points to our dual nature and being able to be, very soft, sensitive, and kind of going with the flow, and then being able to be really strong and somewhat more forceful and powerful. So I think the weekend is a chance to really step into ourselves in this way. So stepping into this aspect of yourself to be a very strong, independent person. And I think one thing you can do this weekend is kind of not just celebrate the ways that you've been very independent, but kind of jotting down some notes on what you feel independence means to you and what you feel it means to be independent, and if that's something that's really important to you or not. And I think independence also has to do, or this card also has to do with kind of making your own mark, or making your own mark and kind of paving the way for others, and forging your own path and not necessarily going with the crowd. So you might even be kind of stepping away from what is thought to be common or expected, and kind of forging a new path. And being independent also has to do with being able to be confident in being different. So feeling good about how you're different, and having that be your source of strength and guidance rather than insecurity. So feeling really strong in your convictions. So yeah, so that's been your reading. So the beginning of the week is all about creating sacred space, and kind of honoring the space around you, making it more beautiful and welcoming. And then the middle of the week is about being sensitive and picking up on energies and guidance. And then the end of the week is all about being strong, being independent, and kind of forging a path on your own. So I hope you found this helpful. My name's Kate, and thank you so much for joining me.